What's up, guys? Welcome back to Corvette Weekly. Thanks for tuning in on this special Wednesday version. If you guys were here on Monday, 2 days ago, you'll know I was in Florida. My townhouse apparently has an issue with the internet, and it wasn't able to hold up to its end of the bargain with the live video. But we're here now. That's all that matters. Thanks for tuning in on a special day because of the whole happenings. But again, as usual, horsepower obsessed Justin, Jason here with front seat driver. Typically, we also have Steve with Protective Dad Pranks, and we come together weekly to give you the Corvette weekly news, and together we form Vette Syndicate, which you guys are probably pretty familiar with at this point, but we like to make sure that everybody understands this is a Vette Syndicate gathering. We bring you the Corvette news, and that's why us three come to you weekly with everything Corvette. But today, guys, like I said in the beginning and in the intro and everything, we have a lot of really cool news to cover today because we actually got a new piece of news that we didn't have on Monday. So I'm actually kind of glad we waited until today to go over this, because there is a little bit of information out there about the ZR1, the C8 ZR1. We've talked about that car a lot on this channel. We've talked about all of these cars a lot on this channel, but it's always nice to see a little bit of new news coming in. So let's see what we got here. DBM Racing's in the house. What's going on, man? You guys know we are still continuing the giveaway from last Monday. We are going to give it away at the end of the show today, assuming we hit at least $300 more, because ultimately we need 600 to give this product away. We hit 300 last week. This week, if we hit 300 more, we are good to go. So what the giveaway is, I hear some of you guys out there saying that. Hey, Justin, what is the giveaway today? It is going to be the carbon fiber trim, basically, that covers up the chrome parts of your dashboard in the C8 Corvette. So I will show you what that looks like right now. And here it is. So it's literally 3 pieces of carbon fiber, real carbon fiber. These are not plastic add-ons or anything. These are real carbon fiber pieces that you stick on top of the chrome to give the car a little bit more of a supercar appearance and cover up some chrome. It's always a good thing. So as you can see here, these things are $300. We are buying them for $300. If you want to get in on the donations, it is $10. Every $10 you donate is an entry. If you donate $100 through Venmo, it is double entry, so you'll get entered 20 times to win these things. So you could potentially win a $300 part for $100. So that is the giveaway for tonight. We have a bunch of news to cover, as well as just some general hanging outs, because it's me and Jason today, and we get to complain at the end about Steve, because we're sitting here in 9-degree weather while Steve's out there on a cruise, and he didn't even invite us.
Dude, I wore pants on Saturday. That's how cold it was.
Yeah. Well, imagine this, guys. I'm down in Florida as of yesterday. It was 84 degrees. I get on a plane and I land last night in Pennsylvania and it's 9. So 75-degree difference between the two states. It was insane.
Yeah, it's terrible. Hey, we had snow this week.
Yeah. Texas got snow. I want to complain about snow too, but whenever you think about the fact that Texas got snow, that's crazy.
I know.
Hey, so
last year we had an ice storm, so I'm going to take a day of snow as opposed to a week of ice. I'm good.
That's true.
Yeah.
DBM Racing says hit that thumbs up button, guys, please.
Yes.
Let's get to let's have another 200 like night. That was really cool. Last Monday night we hit that 200. It was really awesome. We got about 100 in here watching right now, so we could easily get to 100. And as the night rolls on, hopefully we get some more in here. We can get to that 200 mark again. That would be really cool. Let's see. Kevin Horan's in the house. Jack Vac, DBM Racing, NBA Live, Cutsy, Glass City Car Nerd. What's up, Jamie? Steve Robertson, 11-second Eclipse. He says that he was just shoveling snow today. I don't envy that. That's for sure. JD Tank Video says, you guys have totally awesome YouTube channel. Keep up the good work, my friend. Thank you. We appreciate it. Great White North Corvette says, can't wait to hear the news about the new 6.6 liter. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and dive into that. And BPR06, I'm going to get to your question in a second. We're going to dive into the 6.6 liter engine. Now, I know a lot of you guys out there, you haven't heard of this before. We have actually talked about this on this video or on this channel before. The reason why we haven't talked about it really heavily is because as of right now, that engine is a truck engine. It is it's an engine made by GM, but it is not a car engine. And really the biggest thing that separates the two is that this engine, as it sits currently, has an iron block. And an iron block typically weighs way too much to go thrown into a Corvette. So usually they'll take those engines, and if they're going to put it into a car, they'll take the iron block, they'll redesign it into an aluminum block, something that's much lighter weight. Now, there is a possibility, a really good possibility, that that's going to happen, because I've heard a lot of rumors about the 6.6 liter engine making its way into a Corvette eventually. And now we're hearing from the Corvette blogger that this engine is totally good to go. It's still in the iron block form, but it is more than ready. And there's a lot of stuff to be talked about with this. But like I said, over at the Corvette blogger, that's when they're talking about the 6.6 liter engine coming for the Corvette. And it's a good chance it's going to see the light of day in a Grand Sport. So there is a possibility of a Grand Sport C8 Corvette coming. Again, we've talked about this on this channel. I think I have a video that dates back a little over a year, because Chevy keeps renewing the trademark of Grand Sport. They've renewed it, I think, 3 times now since the C8 Stingray has come out. And now there's an engine that could potentially find its way into that Grand Sport as well. Now, like I said, yeah, DBM Racing says the 6.6 is so similar to the Ford 7.3 truck motor. As it sits right now, the 6.6 that we're looking at here on the Corvette blogger, that is a truck engine. And like I said, the only thing that really separates it is the fact that it's got an iron block. Now, depending on how heavily you build your cars, a lot of time iron blocks are good to have in a car too. But from factory, car companies don't typically put iron blocks in just because of how heavy they are. I did see a question up here. Ronald Jackson says, hey, Justin, did you get your plugs changed out? I have not yet. I haven't had a chance to even go up and check out the car. I bought the new spark plugs and they arrived at my house. I'm going to start with that. Hopefully, while I'm taking those plugs out, I notice one of them is super fouled or broken off or something, just so I know for sure what I'm doing is going to fix it. But even if it's not, I'm already halfway into it. I'm going to change out all the plugs anyway. And I will film all this stuff. It will be a video, so stay tuned for that. Jack Vex says, hey, Justin and Jason, sorry for not being there yesterday, but there was a big snowstorm here in Brunswick, Canada. No problem. We ended up having a bunch of internet issues anyway, so.
I bet it's cold up there.
Oh yeah, if it's this cold in PA, it's definitely colder up in Canada.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, him and Andrew are up there loving life.
Yeah. There's a reason why his channel name is Great White North.
Great White North, yeah.
DBM Racing says, have fun changing those plugs. It's a pain in the butt. Yeah, I've watched some videos on it. Obviously, I've changed spark plugs in the car before, but the V8s and the Corvettes, they're down really low. A lot of stuff in between the spark plugs and the actual, room to get your hands in there. So it's going to be fun, but we'll see what happens. As long as it fixes it, I'll be fine. Stephen Rapp, what's up? Welcome to the channel. One other thing I want to talk about really quick, guys, is if you are interested in a C8 Corvette and you want to win one, yes, win, you can. Now, in the description down below, you're going to see a link to a giveaway for a C8 Corvette Z06. And if you enter to win this and you use that link, you'll actually get entered more times for free. So basically you get 20% more entries for free. It is a 2024 C8 Z06 and $20,000. Now, if you go to this website, like I said, right in the description, click on that link and come over here. We'll say you want to donate $25. As soon as you click on that, you're going to see the promo code up here at the top left that says HPO. Now, that's important because once you see that, you can go ahead and fill out your information. You buy your $25 worth of tickets, your 50, whatever, however much you want to spend, you're going to get an additional amount of tickets just because you're clicking on that link. So you can see the extra tickets you're going to get just because of that link. We'll say you spend $1,000, you're actually going to get almost 500 tickets for free. So It's a good idea. Worst case scenario, you don't win. This actually does benefit multiple sclerosis. So a lot of the giveaways here also benefit a charity of some kind. This particular one is the MS Solutions. So worst case scenario, you're still doing a good deed. And this time you also have a good chance of winning a C8 Z06. So yeah, check it out, guys. Links in the description down below. It does help the channel out and also helps out MS Solutions. It also helps you possibly get a Z06 for free.
I have a question.
Sure.
Is it tax deductible?
That is a good question.
We need to find out.
I don't actually know the answer to that, but
yeah, we need to find out.
If it was, I mean, you're talking about a lot of really good things.
Yeah, you are.
But
that's a win-win.
That's a win-win-win.
Yeah, especially if you win.
Yeah, the 20 G's are going to pay the taxes if it's not tax deductible, but that is what it's there for,
yeah.
Let's see. Brandon says, dude, if you're getting random misfire codes, you should try fuel first before plugs. I had the same. It is a random misfire, but I can guarantee it's not the gas. The car hasn't sat long enough for the gas to be a problem. And I think I was still at around half a tank. I have a really good feeling just because right around the same time this happened to my car, I found a thread on the Corvette forum where someone had a ZR1 right around the same amount of miles that I had, and they had exactly the same thing happen to them. The car at first just felt like it was like a little slower than usual. I'm driving my car along and I'm like, is the C8 Z06 really faster than this thing? Like I'm pretty sure the ZR1's faster than the Z06, but maybe I'm just getting used to the Z06 speed. I don't know. And then right after I thought that, the dash lights up and says the rear axle, to check the rear axle, I start getting a flashing check engine light, and it tells me that my the rev match paddles are disabled. And it was the exact same thing that happened to this guy on the Corvette forum, and it ended up being a broken spark plug. So I have a really good feeling that whenever I start pulling stuff apart, I'm going to find something fouled or broken. Yeah, I think that is true. Carrie Glock says Christina Applegate has MS. A lot of people.
Yes, she does.
There's a lot of people out there that have something like that, and that's why I'm saying that to donate money to possibly also winning a Corvette that also gets donated to charity. I mean, whenever it's something like this, it's something big that really gives back. I mean, just like Jason said, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Okay, so Stephen Rapp, who knows a lot about this kind of stuff, says that the tickets might be deductible, but not to win. So if you won the car or the 20K, it would not be deductible, but the ticket purchase might be. That's pretty, yeah, actually that makes sense, because technically you are, especially if you didn't win, you are donating to a charity.
Right.
So anything you donate could possibly be written off as a charitable donation.
But if you win, go ahead and take that L. You know what I mean?
Right. Really, what a horrible loss that would be, you know? Ronald Jackson, it is definitely not that. I've heard that a lot in the comments too. People were saying, oh, you're not driving it enough. You're not driving it hard enough. I am way harder on that car than I should be. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot because I've owned the car for 4 years now with 16,000 miles. It doesn't sound like a lot, but you guys got to realize the car during the winter time, it sits the majority of the time in the winter. So even with that being said though, I don't know that car has ever sat completely undriven for more than a month or two at most. Because even during the winter, when we have a nice day and I see that there's not a whole lot of salt on the roads, I'll take it out. Like, that car gets driven. WIEMT for life says, my dad has MS. Thank you for doing this. You're very welcome. I mean, like I said, if you want to click that link in the description down below, everything is benefited. So you can possibly win a car. Worst case scenario, you're benefiting a good charitable cause, and you're also helping out the channel here. So
yeah. Another thing, even if you do, or even if you don't donate, if you would share the link.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if you don't want to donate, if you share that exact link, if you copy it and share it on your social media, share it to your friends, your Facebook, whatever, anybody who purchases that through that link, it will help this channel. It will help MS Solutions, and it will help whoever buys tickets possibly win a Corvette, which is again, a win-win-win. So, but yeah, you guys are very welcome. Whenever I saw something like this pop up, it made a lot of sense for us to do it because there are so many of the right people being benefited from this. So, yeah. Great White North Corvette, you were the first one that actually popped up in my head whenever I started looking into this, because I know you have had quite a battle with that kind of stuff. And again, I mean, it's a great charity to donate to by itself, outside of the fact that you could also win a Corvette. I mean, it's unfortunate to be in that situation at all, but it would definitely, the pain would be eased a little bit if you were in a Z06 as well, for free.
Yeah.
Huh. Stephen Rapp says he's watching Scotty Kilmer.
Yeah.
That's who he's referring to. And he mentioned that cop cars have lithium-ion batteries. There's actually a story about that. I wish I would have saved that now, because I saw that there was people in Chicago that were being stranded. All of them were in Teslas, which I think is funny. Because there's a lot of electric cars out there, but the Teslas specifically, there was like 20 of them or something at this one dealership trying to use their electric chargers. They had, like, I think the girl said they had 8 chargers and 7 of them were broken. So they had one active charger, 20 cars sitting there waiting to charge. And of course it was like negative degrees in Chicago. So all the cars were just dead. They weren't even like fulfilling their amount of miles till dead. They were just dying because it was so cold. The battery was just shutting off. And I was like, man,
nice.
This is the sign of the times. Like, do you really want to have that kind of, you know, I don't want to say Achilles heel almost, because you got to plan accordingly. Obviously, if you planned accordingly, the car would have been fully charged, but you're still running into negative temperatures that are going to reduce battery capacity to a point where it might not even get you home. And so in that case, you have to stop and charge, and then you can't because all the chargers are broken.
But here's the thing. They have a plan for this. There's already a plan in place, so we're okay. It's called a 15-minute city. You won't be allowed outside of your 15-minute city. They're going to keep you in your 15-minute city, and you're not going to run out of electric because you're just going across the street.
Jason, did your name change to Steve?
I did. He's texting me right now, telling me what to say.
Oh God, I wouldn't even be surprised if he actually was.
Agenda for the night.
Yeah. LT4 Powered says the future.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the future, where we walk everywhere in the sub-0 degree temperatures. Yeah, you can't charge it if it's too cold. That's the thing, is it's like there's a lot of stipulations on it. Like there's no stipulations on gas. To be too cold for gas, you're talking like, I want to say it's like a negative. It's over a negative 100 degrees or something before gas would be a problem. And at that temperature, you're dead anyway. So it doesn't even.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I did want to talk really quick about a question that came up here from BPR Z06. If you're still in here, man, there was a lot of comments. BPR Z06, if you're still in here, could you retype your question? I did want to touch on that because that is a really good question about the oil in the Z06. Just repost that in here for me to see, and I'll bring it up so we can talk about it. RH814 says, I purchased a C8 last week. It has about 180 miles on it. Had to take it to the shop because the check engine light came on. The dealer said something about the exhaust not opening, sent faulty code. Okay, so that's actually not a huge deal, especially if it is the secondary baffles, not the AFM baffles. If it's the secondary ones, it could literally just be the motor for the baffle or even a fuse. Not a big deal, especially if it's under warranty. They're going to take care of it. That's really not a big deal at all. But I know it's probably disappointing to have a brand new car like that throwing a check engine light. But just so you know, you can feel a little more comfortable with it, it's not really a huge deal.
No, or you could just toss it out, save some weight, get an AWE.
There you go. The AWE sheds off a good bit. I can't remember the weight now. I want to say it's over 30 pounds.
I was going to say, isn't it like 30-ish?
The stock unit, the stock exhaust on the C8 Stingray is almost 100 pounds, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Or no, it might be 70 something, but it's close enough.
I don't know, but it ain't light.
No, it's not light. And the AWE one sheds almost 30 pounds. The Z06 exhaust, stock-wise, still kind of heavy, but surprisingly light compared to the Stingray. I want to say it was like 54 pounds. And then the AWE exhaust for the Z06 sheds 15 pounds. BPR Z06 says, oil for the C8 Z06. Is it the supercar version? Yes, it is. So let me pull it up here because I actually you can actually buy it from Paragon Performance's website, which is where I got mine. It is specifically called supercar. So let me see if I can pull it up here real quick. Paragon actually has a really cool package deal where it comes with all the oil, the filter, and a new drain plug. So yeah, here it is. BPR Z06. If you want to check this out, this is the oil you would want to buy. And it's priced pretty well too over at Paragon Performance. It's going to be the Mobile one. This is not the right one. Hold on one second. This is for the Stingray. Z06. Here we go. So this is the one you want. C8 Corvette Z06 oil change kit. It comes with the 5W50 supercar. It comes with 8 quarts, which is exactly what you need. The oil filter, and even the little plastic replacement for the drain plug on your dry sump tank. So this is the one you're going to want to get. And this is where I'd buy it, to be honest with you. The price of this is really, really, it's priced very well, considering if you buy 8 quarts of the oil plus the filter plus that drain plug, you're going to be over what Paragon's charging you here. So check that out. Let's see. So BPR says, I'm trying to convince my dealer that it has to be the supercar mobile. You shouldn't have to convince them that. This is 100%. This is the oil that it calls for in the owner's manual. Don't let them put anything else but that in there. There's a lot of reasons, but one of the biggest reasons is different kinds of oil produce different kinds of soot. And if this oil is the stuff that GM has tested to, withstand their 60,000 mile powertrain warranty, which covers your catalytic converters or whatever the warranty is on those. If you're using a different oil and it creates more ash, it can plug up your catalytic converters faster. And if GM finds out you weren't using the right oil, they'll deny your claims. Not that catalytic converters are super expensive, but hey, save yourself where you can, So definitely get the supercar oil. This is, if you go to the Paragon website right here, this is the exact one you want to buy. And that's the one that GM recommends. That's not just my opinion. It's not Paragon's opinion. That's the oil GM recommends to be used in that car. Darren Burnett, what's up, man? He says, just got home, logged in. What's up, everybody? Yeah, Mark Cutsey says it says Mobile One Supercar right on the oil cap. I have not seen that it says Supercar, but it definitely says Mobile One. Where are we at with thumbs ups here? We're at 76, guys. If you could please smash the thumbs up button. Let's try to get to 100 in the next 5 minutes. So we'd like to do 100 every half an hour. Would be pretty cool. Smash the thumbs up. Let us know you're liking the content. We're doing this on a different day than usual because of an internet connection issue we had on Monday. But stick with us here. It's obviously much better now. Supercar is about $10 more than a regular 5W50. And I mean, if the only difference was that it said Supercar on it, I'd still pay the difference.
Yeah.
Paul LaMonaco says, come on, guys. The thumbs ups are a little low. Let's ramp up. Let's do it. Paul LaMonaco's got it right, guys. Smash the thumbs up button. We're at 81 now. We need 29 more in the next couple minutes to hit our goal of 100 by half an hour in. So, guys, please smash that thumbs up button. Let us know you're liking the content so we can keep doing this stuff for you. Steven Risha says, Justin, are you taking your Z06 to the World of Wheels? No, you're actually the second person to ask me that. I'm not. I'll have my Z06 and my ZR1 at the International Auto Show. So if you're going down to the Pittsburgh International Auto Show, that I'll be there, but not World of Wheels. That makes more sense, Mark. He says that's $10 more per every quart. Okay, so now I probably wouldn't pay the difference for just the sticker. Paul Monaco says, Jason, your warehouse videos are really, really good. Yes, they really are.
I was trying to type a reply, but it was like so very long. I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't send. Way too many characters. But yeah, you know, they're basically giving me carte blanche to do whatever I want with any of the cars. So it gives me an opportunity to do a lot of different types of, you know, videos there. Instead of just the traditional walk around, I can pull cars out, take them for a drive. We can talk about them. Steve and I are going to be doing videos there where we can compare them and this and that. You know what I mean? And whatever we want, man. They're like, you know, obviously within reason, we're not going to take them and, you know, and do 120 down, you know, whatever, but they're fantastic, man.
No bank heists.
Yeah, exactly. No robbing banks in them or anything, but
Gen X Vet, normally it does start at 7:30 Eastern time. We did it 7 today because this is a normal, this is outside of the normal because normally we're Monday nights.
Yeah.
So I absolutely understand the confusion, but Monday night we had a little bit of an issue with the internet connection. So we wanted to push it to Wednesday whenever I got home because my townhouse internet connection is apparently not very good in Florida. So if you're just now joining, guys, I want to go over real quickly again the giveaway. Because actually, let's see if we have any. No, we don't have any entries for the giveaway tonight. So, guys, if you want to get entered in on the giveaway, it is, of course, real carbon fiber that can be added onto the interior of your car. And it will cover up the chrome trim on the dashboard of your car. So, it's really nice to use. You can see right here, it's covering up the chrome as you open up the driver's side door. It's real carbon fiber. This is not plastic. You do stick it on over top of the chrome accents on the dashboard. So if you have chrome, if you did not get that stealth package, this is really a good way to cover it up, and it looks really awesome. Jason actually has it in his car.
Yes, I love it. I actually really, really do. Because, it goes all the way across the front. So, you know, as long as you're skimming in the front, you always see that beautiful carbon fiber.
Yep. So, again, guys, every $10 donated is an entry. Every $100 donated through Venmo is 20 times, or 20 times entry. So you get 20 or double entries. God, my math is always horrible. You get 20 entries instead of the normal 10 for $100.
Let me get a calculator out.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, it's so crazy. Okay, here now, Justin in a t-shirt at home in PA, I'm guessing. Jason, always in a t-shirt.
Always. And generally shorts, but Saturday was different. Yeah.
I am back home, Bruno. I was saying earlier, I flew out of Florida. It was 84 degrees, and I landed here in Pittsburgh, and it was 9. So 75-degree swing. It was rough. Mike Wilson says, Justin, why has the resale value of the C8 tanked so bad lately? Well, there's a couple reasons for this. One of the reasons, Steve isn't here to clarify, so we'll just skip that one. The biggest one's going to be wintertime. It's winter. The prices of cars always go down during the winter. Even when the C8 was super, super hot, the price of it still went down when winter time rolls around. I do believe the price of the C8 and especially the Z06 is going to go back up here come spring/summertime. It's especially going to go up because GM still isn't able to produce the amount of cars that they said they could. Originally, there were supposed to be 15,000 Z06s made. I think they hit 6,200 or 6,300. And that was with them extending the 2023 model year. So on a normal year, it's possible to only see 3,000 to 5,000 Z06s made. So it's still going to remain a pretty rare car. And the C8 Stingray as of now is getting to be a little less rare. That's the other reason why you're seeing the prices of those especially coming down. It's just there's a lot more out there now. The Z06 there's still not a whole bunch of those out there, so I think that price will still continue to go up, especially once summertime rolls back around, but that's just kind of my take on it. Let's talk real quickly, guys, about we're actually going to discuss that now, Warren. I did talk a little bit about it, but I want to talk a little bit more about the engine coming, or supposedly coming. If we go again to the Corvette blogger, that's where we got this information from. It says the title here is "One Step Closer to a 6.6 liter C8 Corvette. Chevy debuts the 523 horsepower L8P crate engine." So as of now, this is a crate engine with an iron block. So it is mostly a truck engine. It could very easily be converted to an engine that you could see in a Corvette. And that amount of horsepower would be perfect to drop right into a new Corvette, something like possibly a Grand Sport. And if they change out the iron block to an aluminum block, drop this into a Grand Sport, now you have an engine that's producing roughly 30 horsepower more than the LT2 engine. And it would have the wide body of probably the Z06, and they could easily call this a Grand Sport. Now, there's been rumors left and right about a Grand Sport in the C8 Corvette lineup. We've talked about it on the channel here for about a year ago was the last time we mentioned it, because that's the last time that they renewed the trademark Grand Sport. And now with this engine, it looks like this might be something that's coming sooner than later. So we already know about the ZR1 coming, which we're actually going to be talking about that as well. But now we have a new possible thing coming out here. And again, these are the numbers. So it actually produces a decent setup here. So 523 horsepower, 543 pound-feet of torque. That's a pretty solid engine. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that you could see this happening into a Grand Sport? Now, obviously, the Corvette blogger here kind of thinks that this is going to end up finding its way into a Grand Sport eventually as well. But what are your thoughts? I'm curious what you guys think about this. Because with the ZR1 coming, this means we have at least 2 more models, possibly 3 if we factor in the rumored Zora model. Man, that really makes a lot of different variations in the C8 Corvette lineup. We'd have the Stingray, the Z06, the E-Ray, the Grand Sport, the ZR1, and the Zora. That's 6 different models. That really starts to water things down, I think. But at the same time, it also gives a lot of options. So what's funny, Jason?
LT4. I'm gonna drop it in my Tesla.
Oh, well, I just saw something on Instagram the other day, and it was a guy who was installing an exhaust on a Tesla.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, and it was actually at like an exhaust shop, but then they go back to the back of the car, and the dude's literally installing this giant sound system that will only be audible from the outside of the car to make it sound like it had an exhaust. And I was like, God, this stuff is so backwards. Like, why are we doing this?
It identifies as an ICE.
Yeah. LT4 Powered says, is it true that there are more C8s built thus far than C7s? Saw that recently somewhere. We're not sure if it's true. Yes, that is something I saw as well. There are already more C8s built than there have been C7s in total, apparently. That is, as far as I know, that is fact. I've heard that recently as well. If that is the case, you got to really, really put that into perspective, because if that's the case, how the heck is the C8 still holding its value as well as it is? I know we just talked about the value going down, but even with the value going down, it is still holding its value really well. And there's more produced than there were of C7s.
Not only that, when was the last time you went to a GM dealership and saw
one sitting
8
around.
to 10 C8 sitting there, brand new, not used, brand spanking new?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I've ever seen that.
So that tells me one of 2 things. Either number one, the car is really opening up a lot of new potential clients or customers specifically. The car is really drawing in a lot of new customers to the point where they can't keep up with demand outside of the normal customer base, because the C7 was, I remember when the C7 first came out, that car was over MSRP for the first 2 to 3 months. That was it. After that, you could find them sitting at the dealership. we're now what, going on 5 years into the C8 lineup, and we're still not really finding these things just sitting around. So either there's a lot more customers buying these things. Actually, I don't even know what the number 2 option would be. Like,
dude, I see old ladies driving them. I see young kids driving them. I see old men driving them. I see average aged men. You know, like, it's every spectrum I see out in the C8. You know, and it's cool.
It is cool. So I think that must be the answer. It is just drawing in a lot of new people.
Mm-hmm.
See, Glass City Car Nerd, I don't know that I love the use of the refresh idea. I think this car, in my opinion, does not need a refresh. And Chevy does not typically refresh the Corvette. The C7 lineup, they didn't really change anything about the lineup from the beginning to the end. The car always looked the same on the outside and on the inside. They added a couple new like colors and stuff here and there, but overall the car stayed the same. The C6, pretty much the same thing. Nothing really dramatically changed. I don't really see them redesigning the interior of the C8, removing the wall and this, that, and that. I don't see that happening. If they do make the Grand Sport, they're probably going to, if I had to guess, they're going to copy the Z06 body, just like they have in the past. The Grand Sport always looks like the Z06 without the Z06 power, with maybe a vent or something here and there changed to just have it keep its own identity. So maybe the vents will be different somehow, but for the most part, it's going to look like a Z06 if I had to guess. And I really don't see a refresh ever happening on the C8. I really just don't see that happening. Yeah. Yeah, the C8 did come out in a weaker economy, I agree. But there was, even with the economy being a factor, there still was just never the push for that car as there was with the C8. When the C8 came out, and even before the C8 came out, I mean, a lot of people, including myself, built their YouTube channels on the popularity of the upcoming C8. So, generated pictures that, people that may have seen the car were able to create and show you, hey, this is probably what the car's going to look like. And a lot of them were dead on accurate. That's what really propelled this whole thing, I think. Everybody was just so anxious to see what this new Corvette, the mid-engine Corvette, just being totally different, what it was going to do.
Yeah.
It's John Perkins. It's definitely a good thing. He says it's a good thing to bring new people in. 100%. It's bringing in new people, possibly a younger crowd. Just people that in the past weren't really interested in Corvettes are now interested in Corvettes.
Dude,
and
Kuwait,
that is a good thing.
They have a whole Corvette club out in Kuwait that is just loaded with C8 Corvettes, man. They're all over in Kuwait.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Google shows 190,000 C7s. What does it show for the C8? Because as far as I'm aware, the C8 production has surpassed the C7.
That's what I read that somewhere.
Frank says, rumor has it that the Tesla Roadster is finally coming out in a few months. Yeah. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. I was reading about the Tesla Roadster. It was 2010 whenever I first started reading about that. Maybe 2009. That is a long time ago. And to hear like nothing in between, it's crazy. Yeah. Silver Reaper with the first donation of the night. So $10. I don't know if you're keeping track of these, Jason. He's going to get an entry for
Steve's
the giveaway.
Yeah.
He says, Justin, did you fix your ZR1 issue? God, I love that car. You don't have to put a D on the end, man. That car ain't going nowhere. I still have it. It will be fixed. I haven't looked at it since I made that video. I haven't had a chance to, but odds are very good based on what I've read and what I know of the situation. It is a spark plug issue. Again, hopefully it is, because if it's anything else, it could get pretty severe. But thanks for the donation, Silver Reaper. You're going to be entered in on the giveaway. And we have no other entries other than that. So again, guys, if you want to get in on this giveaway, we want to give this thing away tonight, but we have to hit $300 in donations to do so. So if you guys donated last Monday, those entries are still valid. You're still entered in. You don't have to worry about entering again. But we do need to hit that ultimately another $300 to give these items away. Well, 290 now.
Yeah.
Again, if you guys are just joining in, I'll show you guys the what we're giving away, which is carbon fiber dashboard trim. So this will cover up your factory silver trim, and it's like you can see here, it's $300. So we buy it for $300. We need to make a little something on it, so we want to make sure we get at least $600 out of this. You can win this thing for $10. A $10 donation will get you entered. A $100 donation through Venmo will get you double entries, so you'll get entered 20 times for this. So if this is something you're interested in having for your car, you should definitely check it out. It's definitely something I would have if I didn't already have the stealth option on my Z06. So, yeah, Darren Burnett. Can always count on him to have this kind of information. He says the last gen to get refreshed was the C3. Several updates, including rear glass and front and rear fascia. That's right, I didn't know that. And also side vent configurations. But look how long the C3 was in production. It was from 68 to 82. That's the big thing. How long are they going to produce this car? Because if they don't produce it for more than 10 years, which is very likely how long they're going to produce it, there's no real reason to refresh it. Just wait until the next generation and then bring a total redesign. That's one of the biggest reasons why I don't see them doing a refresh on the C8. Ronald Jackson donates $20, so he gets entered twice for the giveaway.
Ronald Jackson.
I can see from his profile icon, he has a rapid blue C8 Stingray, so that'll look perfect on there.
How much was 20?
Yep, so 2 entries for him. Lego says, I'm guessing there will be a 75th anniversary edition. Yes, they seem to do it every, I think they have done it in the past before, every 5 years, if I remember correctly. Wasn't there a 60th or some? I don't know. 65th. I don't know. Maybe it is only 10 years. But either way, yes, Chevy does it at least every 10 years. So the 75th anniversary edition will likely be a C9 at that point, which sounds really weird to say. I mean, C8 is so like in my head. A lot of times I'll be talking about my ZR1 and I'll call it a C8 Z06 on the video, and I won't even notice until I'm at home editing. I'm like, what? I can't believe I said that and just kept going like I was right.
Carbon 65. Yeah.
That's right. I knew that. Yeah. So Switchlane said it too. There was a 65th anniversary. It was the CMG with carbon fiber. It was the carbon 65.
Yeah. That was the 2018. That was a really nice car, man.
Yeah. And actually, someone asked about it. General Lee actually owned one.
Yes, he did.
Someone asked if anybody knows anything about General. I talked to General a couple days ago. I don't really want to give out a bunch of his personal information, so I don't want to say exactly what happened, but he's in good health. He's recovering. So, he's, everything's good there, but, there were some things that happened during his surgery that I don't want to get, I don't want to talk about his personal stuff. So next time he's in here, he'll tell you if he feels, comfortable with it. But the biggest reason I mentioned him was because he did have a carbon 65.
Yes, he did. Those are one of my favorites, man.
Mark Cutsy says, hey, Justin, since you lowered your Z06, especially with your steep driveway, any cringe moments of scraping? Not one single moment. That car having the front end lift is key to lowering it, because in Pennsylvania especially, I use that front end lift probably 4 or 5 times every time I take that car out of my driveway. Just out of the driveway alone is once, and then wherever I'm going, I'm using the front end lift. And no, not one single time is that thing scraped.
It's
the front end lift and the rear view camera mirror are the 2 options that if every Corvette had, like if I could take those options and put them on my C7 ZR1, that would be the perfect Corvette.
The other day I was at Taco Bell and I was pulling out and I was in my truck, so it was irrelevant. But when I pulled out, I was like, if I was in the vet right now, I would be like, everybody behind me is gonna have to back up
Yep.
because I'm not pulling out of here, man. It
Yep.
dropped off and dipped. I would have destroyed the front end.
Yep. Yeah,
No,
it's crazy. I've been in some situations like that before where it's like, oh, I guess I'm holding up traffic because I'm not doing it. Like, I'm
I
not
know.
going to destroy a $5,000 splitter.
Yeah, you were smart to get the lift.
Yeah, it depends on the situation. Now, your driveway, Jason's not as bad as mine, but it's still not great.
Yeah, I
Like,
just go sideways, but
yeah, you have that option because of how wide it is.
yeah. But the problem is when you're in those areas where you're like, oh, I didn't know I was going to be upon
Right.
this. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Let's see. Justin with the Z06 rims and the tires fit on a C8 Corvette. Yes, but it's going to stick out quite a bit, especially on the rear. Because if you think about it, the Z06 is 3.5 inches wider than the Stingray, and that's in the front and the rear. So both tires in the front, actually probably the front and rear, are going to stick out past the fender a little bit because they're just a wider setup. Mark Cutsy says the drop looks amazing. Just worried that the front lift won't be enough not to scrape. It will be. I mean, assuming your roads in Hawaii aren't worse than my roads here in Pennsylvania, which I would be very surprised if they are, because I don't think anywhere has worse roads than PA.
Yeah.
I have not had any problem scraping at all. Odds are good you wouldn't either. And the drop is perfect. You use the Paragon drop collars in the front and then in the rear just to lower it all the way down on the stock suspension, and it's perfect. It literally is the way the car should have come. What's up, Brent? Thanks for coming. Better late than never. If you could, please, guys, smash that thumbs up button. We're at 120 with about 200 people watching. So if everybody smashes that thumbs up, we could hit our goal of 200 tonight. It'd be really cool if you guys could do that. So just hit that thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and it's free. Giveaway is still going. If you guys are interested in the carbon fiber add-ons to your dashboard, every $10 is a donation, and that could be yours. That could be yours. $10. Or if you donate $100 to the Venmo, it gives you 20 entries. So 2 times entries or something. Let's see. So we talked a little bit about the 6.6 liter engine coming, and it's probably going to end up in a Grand Sport at some point. But as of right now, it's a iron block. So until they convert it to an aluminum, we won't see that. So if I had to guess, we're probably at least a year away from seeing a Grand Sport with a 6.6 liter engine, but odds are very good. That's what that engine's going to end up in. Let's see. We are obviously at this point, if you guys haven't seen this yet, the E-Ray is officially coming down the assembly line. Again, over at the Mid-Engine Corvette forum, they're talking about the E-Ray being officially on the coming down the assembly line. So if you guys were worried about it, or if you're in the market for an E-Ray, it has officially begun production. And actually, there is somebody who has a target production week of today who commented on the Corvette forum, and they've gotten confirmation that their car is being built this week. So if you're in the market for an E-Ray, they're getting built. And then I think we talked about this last week, but in case we didn't, the National Corvette Museum Michelin Bash registration for 24 is open right now. So if you were interested in going to the Bash, you can actually get registered right now to head down there. I do believe I'm going to be going this year. I may actually even drive my car down just because I want to, number one, I want to drive my car, but number two, I like the idea of interacting with all the other Corvette guys down there while having my car available as well. So if you guys are interested in going, let me know. Maybe we can meet up down there. And we only have one other piece of information to talk about, and it's a pretty big one, so I'm going to wait a minute on that one. But let's see what else we got here. Did we have another question about the oil?
I don't think so. Oh, oil kit bottle has supercar in large letters. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Stephen Rapp said the oil kit. I'm assuming you got that from Paragon, Stephen, because that's really where you should get it if you guys are getting this, because I've priced the oil out with the filter and with that drain plug, and the cost of the Paragon kit is actually less than if you buy all those pieces separately. I actually have the Paragon oil kit down in my garage because whenever I gotta change my oil, I'm gonna be using that. There was another question here. Alpha Omega says, don't need front lift. You use the cameras to park right. We're not talking about parking.
Yeah, no.
If you're going over large bumps, those front cameras aren't going to help you at all. You need the front lift.
Like I said, or if you're going through a drive-through and you're in that one little individual lane and then you're forced out into a spot and you've never been there before and it has a nice little dip in it, yeah, no, cameras ain't saving you.
Yep.
But I know what he means, yeah.
Yeah, to park, he's absolutely right. You don't. I don't think I've ever used the front end lift to park, because I mean, if that front end lift goes down, so if you put up the front end lift, drive over top of a curb, and then get out of the car, that eventually goes down, and it's going to crush your front bumper. Right, so you definitely don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pronounce that name correctly, so I'm just going to read the question. It says, Justin, have you ever considered discussing car care products? Well, yeah. I do actually discuss a lot of car care products on my channel, but as we get into nicer weather, I think I will get a little bit more into this, because I like to show the use of car care products. But the big ones that I'm using currently, and this especially applies to you if you guys have an Expel paint protection film or any kind of ceramic coating on your car, I really have started to like the Expel line of products for care on their products. So basically, the Expel Ceramic Boost is actually a product that is for use on top of an Expel ceramic coating, and it works really, really nicely. It's got a good smell to it. It's got a good trigger on the bottle for spraying. It is a really nice wipe on, wipe off kind of product. Just basically a no nonsense kind of approach to it. Now they also have a detail spray that I really like, and those are the only two products I've used from them. But they've just recently come out with a larger lineup of products that is for, bugs, bug and tar removers. What was the other one? Like glass cleaners, leather interior cleaners. I'm going to try all of them because I really like the Expel lineup so far. So I think that's going to be kind of my go-to. But stay tuned. We'll talk about those in the future, definitely a lot more. Evan says, group trip, Vette Syndicate tattoos, next Carlisle. I'll tell you what, Evan.
No tattoos.
I'll tell you what. I would do it. And I know Shane would too if he was in here. And actually, I think
Shane probably already has one. It doesn't even know.
I think Shane might be getting it at Ron Fellows. We go to Ron Fellows at the end of this month. And I think Shane's going to get a tattoo there of the Vette Syndicate. But if he doesn't, and Evan, if you can get 10 people, get me a group of 10 people that will do a Vette Syndicate tattoo, I would do it too. And I'm not a big tattoo guy. I have one tattoo, and it's only because it means something very special to me.
Yeah. There's a 100% chance I will never have a tattoo. So I'm just...
Jason will shave his head and tattoo it on his head.
I'll shave VS into the back of my head.
That's
Steve's
a good
not
idea too.
getting one either.
I would take that.
Yeah, I can promise you Steve won't get a tattoo.
Yeah. DBM Racing, I would definitely love to do that. If the timing and everything works out. For some reason, my life has gotten insanely busy over the last couple months, and I'm not even sure why. Let's see. LT4 Power says Vette Syndicate tramp stamp.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god, that's hilarious.
Dad's garage. Let's talk politics since Steve isn't here.
No, let's not. No. It's because Steve's not here that we're not going to do that.
How mad though would Steve be if we?
If all of a sudden we were totally fine with it?
He would be so angry.
Glass City Car Nerd says, "Does Expel have a ceramic-friendly wash soap for Canon?" No, but there's not really any that aren't. So the biggest one that I've been using the soap that my go-to soap for foam cannon is Maguires Gold Class. And the only reason that that's the case is because that's one of the only soaps I can find on the market that, number one, foams up really nicely. Number two, is readily available. I can go to a regular store and buy it, or Amazon. Number three, it's pH neutral. That's a big one. So as long as it's pH neutral, number one, you're not going to affect the ceramic coating. Number two, you're not going to affect the paint protection film. And number three, you're not going to hurt the environment. So that Maguires Gold Class, and you can actually find the link for it in my description down below underneath my car wash products. It's that's my go-to. Jack Vac, thanks for tuning in, man. He says he has to go. Bye and have a good week. Thanks for tuning in. Wednesday is not going to be our normal day. We're going to go back to Monday as normal next week. It's just, we had an internet issue.
I have a question. Does anybody else add jalapenos to their water? Is it just me?
It is just, as far as I know, it's just you. And I'm a gigantic fan of jalapenos, and I have never once considered doing that.
I was putting a bunch of cayenne and lemon and jalapenos in there, but I was telling you I'm having some issues, and I think the cayenne may be affecting some of that. So I had to scale back on the
Gotcha.
cayenne pepper in my water.
Stephen Rapp says, Mark, I just spoke to a dealer. A very small town has an allocation Raptor R code orange, apparently. Let me know if you sell yours. My brother in Ohio or Hawaii looking for one. Huh. Are they selling that at MSRP, Stephen? I love the second clip says, just you, Jason.
That's what I figured. Actually, I take it back. There is another person, our buddy Steven, that hangs out with us at Carlisle. He's the one that actually gave me the idea to put jalapenos in my water because he does that.
Interesting.
He texted me a couple of weeks ago and he said he was drinking because I told him I had cayenne in mine. And he goes, well, I put jalapenos in mine. I was like, well, I should do both.
Yeah, water with lemon is totally...
No, jalapenos.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, someone in the comments says lemon, and lemon is normal.
Yeah, I put lemon. I do. I have a bottle, and I squeeze organic lemon juice into this container, and I squirt it in there.
Yeah. 2020 Matrix 8 says, no, just to our margarita. So
I get that.
Jalapenos in a margarita. I've never heard of that either, but that sounds a little more appetizing.
I would drink that.
Ralph Cruz in the house. What's up, Ralph? How you doing? Not sure if you guys have any interest in the giveaway, but I'm going to mention it one more time because we're just about out of time. It is for the carbon fiber dashboard add-on. So it covers up the chrome trim. And this is real carbon fiber. So it's not just plastic or anything. It is real carbon fiber you'd be adding on there to cover up that chrome. I don't think we have gotten any... Oh, no, we did. We got, what is this? We got a $100 donation through Venmo for Matt Hurley. Says happy
Matt.
He'll get added on there another 20 times. So we got 190 left. We need, or no, 170. We need $170 more to give these away tonight. We got 143 likes, guys. If we could, please hit that thumbs up. I'd really love to end at 200 again. We did that last week, and that was really, really awesome. Frank says, Chemical Guys is all I use. I used to like Chemical Guys, but I've kind of drifted away from them because there's better products on the market. I do really like Chemical Guys microfiber wash mitt, but I think there's better products on the market. Nathro says, do you use resin tanks for spotless car wash? I do. I use what's called No Spots Pro. I actually will make another car wash video coming up in the springtime here because a lot of my products have changed and everything has kind of evolved since the very first one I made. But I've always used that No Spots Pro. So if you watch any of my car wash videos, you'll see that in there. Lego, Adam's products are kind of the same for me as Chemical Guys. I used to use some of their stuff. The only thing that I haven't tried yet that I want to try is their graphene tire shine. Other than that, I've kind of moved away from their products too, because they're, number one, they're too expensive. They have really, really poor spray nozzles. I've noticed too. I'm a big fan of a quality spray nozzle, because you can have the best product on the planet, and if you squeeze the trigger once or twice and it starts leaking everywhere, that's a problem.
You know, I don't know if everybody's obviously is the same, but I used a graphene tire shine stuff, and it was okay at best. It wasn't, and it did spray. It did come off. I didn't think there was any chance it was coming off. Man, it looked like it was on there permanently. And then when I got to whatever event I was at, I was like, "Holy crap!" I had to clean the side of my car, so it wasn't completely dry. You know?
Was that the Adams stuff?
No, it was another brand, and I can't. I think it was Torque.
Oh, okay.
I think was the brand.
Luke, we talked about the 6.6 liter engine. I'm going to probably leave that for the replay, because there's a lot to talk about there, because I do still want to talk about the ZR1 active aero. So one of the latest talks over at the Mid-Engine Corvette forum is about active aero. And I may actually put together a video on this later, because there's a lot to discuss here. But ultimately, the Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 may get active aero inspired by Pagani, which is, of course, I can't think of a better car to be inspired by.
No doubt.
So, yeah, apparently there's again a patent out there. Now, you guys know we've talked about the patents already today. Chevy has filed a trademark or a patent on the word Grand Sport, or words Grand Sport, I think 3 times since the C8 Stingray came out. So a patent doesn't necessarily guarantee that we'll see it this generation. Every time they file the patent, it just extends their patent on that. So if they plan on ever using it again, it's a good idea to continuously renew it. Now, with that said, there's some active aero here for the ZR1 that's being discussed, with an interesting looking car here. The big thing is, though, that they have shown in the past and filed in the past patents, and right here is the patent. So literally all of the patent information is posted here, so we can see exactly what it is they want to do. Now, what car this comes on is anybody's guess. Does it come on the ZR1? Does it come on the Zora? Who knows? I was talking about the patents on this car whenever the Stingray was still, still not even available yet, because GM filed all these patents and did all this stuff really early on, because it doesn't tell us anything about what car is going to get this. All we know is that GM's patented some active aero. We may not see any of this active aero until the C10. There's no way to know, but there is a good chance that the C8 ZR1 or Zora is going to be the first one to see active aero, because there's really not a lot left for them to do. We already have the ZR1's likely to have a twin turbo setup pushing 800 plus horsepower. What else do you do? What else can you put on this car that's going to set it apart aside from active aero? So again, like I said, there's a lot to read here, a lot to take in, but ultimately there is a patent filed by GM that people are speculating is going to find its way over to the ZR1, which would be pretty cool. I think the ZR1 is a good place to start, but if it doesn't go to the ZR1, it's definitely going to be a Zora thing, because the Zora is already going to be one of those cars that's going to be pretty much untouchable price-wise, and it's going to absolutely decimate cars that are 10 times its price.
Yeah.
No. So Ralph, we don't have anything official. There's been a bunch of leaked documents talking about the horsepower of the ZR1, and basically they all say the same thing. It's going to be 800 plus. So odds are very good it's going to be 800 plus, because the leaked documents talking about this stuff, they have been pretty much spot on up until this point. And the only thing they were wrong about was the Z06, the amount of power the Z06 was going to have. And they were wrong to the tune of, they guessed 100 less than what it actually ended up having. So initially, at least. So worst case scenario, them guessing it or putting out 800, that could be low, which would be really crazy. Let's see. We got any more donations? Because if not, this is going to get pushed again. It looks like till next week. We need what I say, $170 more. I don't know why there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of interest in these things. They're really a cool feature to have on your dashboard to cover up some of that.
Maybe I need to make a little video for next week.
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea. And then another thing, guys, before we let you go, I want to talk one more time about the giveaway here again, MS Solutions. If you click the link in the description down below, it's going to give you bonus entries. You can see all the bonus entries over on the side there. If you buy $25 worth, you're going to get 5 extra tickets just because you're clicking that link. Worst case scenario, you're benefiting the MS Solutions charity, which is, of course, is for multiple sclerosis. Or best case scenario, you win a Z06 plus 20 grand. It's not a bad thing to donate to and to support, just because you do stand a chance of winning a car. Worst case scenario, you're helping out some people who really need it.
Yeah.
So check out that link, guys, down below. If anybody wants to get their last minute entries in, we're going to I'm going to give you another couple minutes here before we wrap this up. If you guys are interested in the giveaway, get that in before it's too late. But other than that, I think we're just about finished up. If you guys could smash that thumbs up button. Looks like we have 152 thumbs ups. We're falling a little short. It'd be really cool to get that up to 200, but I think we're gonna miss that one tonight. So if you guys didn't hit the thumbs up button yet, please do. This is what it looks like. Look at all these thumbs. Look how many thumbs are on your screen right now. That should mean something. Give me a thumbs up for how many thumbs are on the screen. Let's see. Mark Cutsy says, I'm surprised GM didn't use the Z06 5.5 with a front electric motor and all-wheel drive. There's a chance something like that comes with the Zora. GM was really adamant about not using the Z06 engine in any other Corvette. So I don't know that we'll see an exact replica. Now, they could easily take that 5.5 and tweak a couple little things here and there, and magically it's a different engine, and use something like that. But just to take the 5.5 out of the Z06 and slap it into a new car, I don't think we're going to see that happen. But, of course, anything's possible. Warren, if you would like to enter, you can donate to the right of the chat is a little money sign. You can donate right there, or you can go through Venmo, which is the preferred way. If you go to venmo.com, or just click on the link at the very top of the chat here, it will take you directly to where you want to send the donation to. And I can actually repost it in here for you. Let's see if that worked. Yeah. So if you click that link, it'll take you straight to the Venmo where you can pay anywhere from $10 all the way up to whatever. But $100 will give you double entries. What would be too heavy, NBA? Brent says, if the ZR1 gets active AERO, you think it will end up being like a Zenvo? No. So ultimately, what you guys really got to keep in mind is there's a reason why a Pagani costs as much as it does. And it's not because Chevy can do it the exact same way for $100,000. There's a reason it costs as much as it does. Because a lot of these products and a lot of the testing and R&D and everything, it costs time, it costs money. I think Chevy's first interaction with active AERO on a ZR1 or on a Corvette in general, I think it will be good, but it's not going to be to the level that some of these supercars are. Not, at least not yet. It will get there eventually, just like everything has. I mean, the C8 Z06, the engine that car has, the power it puts down, the way it puts it down, I mean, it's very supercar-ish. Now, that same car obviously couldn't exist 15 to 20 years ago just because Chevy didn't have the ability to do it. But the ZR1 is very likely to, especially after you max out options, you're going to be well over $200,000. If I had to guess, it's going to start at around 150 to 160, and that's before you start checking boxes. As soon as you check 3 ZR, you're probably at 180. General Lee's in the house. General, we had a couple people asking about you. I gave him a rough overview that you were doing better, but I didn't tell him any of your details because it's your personal life. I don't want to share it all over the internet. If you feel like telling anybody how you feel and everything that happened, you can feel free to do that. I don't want to share your personal information. Ilya says, Amber Lynn, love your movies. What movies, Amber?
I think that was Ginger Lynn.
Yeah, she says, hey, General, hope you're having a good recovery. Get well soon. Yeah, we're definitely all thinking about you, General. That's for sure. Amber says she can't do jalapeno.
Yeah.
All right, so let's check. Doesn't look like we got any more entries, but there was one person. If you're still interested in making that entry, let me know.
And you can still make it even at any point in time because we're rolling it over to next week. So don't worry about it. You know, if you make it in the middle of the week,
it still counts.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yep. I'm trying to remember the name of the person that said that, though. It was a new name, if I remember right.
By the way, if you're watching this as not a live stream and you want to donate through Venmo, go right ahead. We can still, retain that for next. Like I said, it's not ending tonight. So,
and right there on the screen is your Venmo barcode if you need that as well. If not, just the horsepower obsessed name is what you donate to. But I think that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Really appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you could, please smash that thumbs up button. It really helps, of course. And yeah, it helps the channel. It helps us grow. It helps us keep doing these things for you guys. So thumbs ups. If you guys are interested in that giveaway, it doesn't matter if it's live or not. You can still donate because it looks like we're going to push this again until next Monday night. We need $170 more to give these away, and then we are ready to go. Afterwards, we'll have a new giveaway. We might even have something new next week to go along with these. But for now, smash the thumbs up button, guys. Thank you so much for the donations tonight. Thank you for the interactions. I know this was a little bit outside of the normal, but we're going to be going back to Monday nights at 7:30 as usual. And also check out the description, the link in the description down below where you can donate to the MS Solutions and possibly win a Corvette. Other than that, guys, Ronald Jackson, I will be getting those spark plugs changed, hopefully before next Monday night, but we'll see. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you again, and we will see you next Monday night.